Greetings, curious minds, and welcome to an in-depth exploration into one of the most perplexing and downright astonishing phenomena in the natural world. Today, we embark on a detailed journey to uncover the secrets of survival against all odds. Specifically, we're delving into the lives of animals that possess the uncanny ability to live, function, and even thrive, for a period, without their heads. Now, before we plunge into this captivating countdown, let's take a moment to truly appreciate the vital role our heads play in our own existence. For us humans, our heads house the brain, the command center of our entire being, responsible for everything from conscious thought and memory to controlling essential bodily functions like breathing and heartbeat. The idea of life continuing without this crucial component seems utterly impossible, a concept confined to the realms of fantasy and horror. Yet nature, in its boundless creativity and relentless drive for survival, has sculpted creatures with biological architectures that defy our conventional understanding. These animals, through evolutionary pressures and unique physiological adaptations, have developed remarkable ways to persist even after suffering what would be a fatal injury for most. Over the course of this extended video, we will not only count down the top 6 animals with this incredible, albeit temporary, headless existence, but we will also delve deeper into the scientific explanations behind their resilience. We'll explore the intricate biological mechanisms that allow them to function, the evolutionary advantages that might have led to these adaptations, and even touch upon the ongoing research that these fascinating creatures inspire. So, prepare to have your perceptions challenged, your curiosity piqued, and your appreciation for the sheer diversity of life on Earth amplified. Settle in, perhaps grab a beverage, because we have a wealth of extraordinary information to uncover in this extended edition of Top 6 Animals That Can Live Without Their Heads for a While. Let the countdown commence. Beginning our countdown, we encounter a creature often met with disdain, yet one that embodies an extraordinary level of resilience: the cockroach, order Blottodia. While commonly regarded as pests, cockroaches possess a suite of survival adaptations that have allowed them to thrive in virtually every corner of the globe for millions of years. Their ability to withstand a period without their head is just one facet of their remarkable hardiness. Let's delve into the specifics of how a cockroach can manage this seemingly impossible feat. As we briefly touched upon earlier, the cockroach's respiratory system is fundamentally different from ours. Humans and other mammals rely on a centralized respiratory system involving lungs and a trachea connected to the head for air intake. Severing the head immediately compromises this vital function.
Cockroaches, however, breathe through a series of external openings called spiracles, located along the sides of their thorax and abdomen. Each spiracle leads to a network of internal tubes called tracheae, which directly deliver oxygen to the tissues throughout the body. This decentralized system means that the brain, located in the head, is not directly involved in the immediate process of respiration. As long as the spiracles remain open, the cockroach's body can continue to receive oxygen. Furthermore, the cockroach's circulatory system is an open system. Unlike our closed system, where blood is contained within vessels, a cockroach's hemolymph, the insect equivalent of blood, flows more freely within the body cavity, bathing the organs directly. Their heart is a relatively simple tube that pumps this hemolymph throughout the body. Because their blood pressure is significantly lower than that of mammals, the severing of the head results in a slower and less catastrophic loss of hemolymph. The open wounds can often clot naturally, further minimizing blood loss and preventing rapid circulatory collapse. Another crucial factor is the distribution of the nervous system. While cockroaches do have a brain in their head that processes sensory information and controls higher-level functions, their basic reflexes and motor functions are largely governed by ganglia, clusters of nerve cells located in each segment of their body. These ganglia can operate somewhat independently of the brain. Therefore, even without the brain's input, the body can still exhibit movements and reflexive responses for a period. However, It's important to reiterate that this headless survival is not indefinite. The cockroach, without its mouth, cannot consume food or water. Eventually, it will succumb to dehydration and starvation. The lack of sensory input from the head also means it cannot effectively interact with its environment or evade threats. The duration of this headless existence can vary depending on factors such as temperature, humidity, and the cockroach's overall health, but it typically ranges from several days to about a week. The evolutionary advantages of this ability are not entirely clear. It's possible that it's a byproduct of their decentralized systems, offering a degree of resilience to injury. If a predator manages to partially crush a cockroach, the remaining headless body might still be able to escape using its leg reflexes, potentially prolonging its survival until a more complete death. The study of cockroach physiology, including their nervous and circulatory systems, continues to provide insights into the remarkable adaptability of insects. Their ability to withstand conditions that would be fatal to many other animals makes them a fascinating subject of biological research. Ascending to our next spot, we encounter a creature far more familiar in our daily lives, the chicken, Gallus domesticus. The notion of a headless chicken surviving is not just a biological curiosity, it's etched into popular culture, largely due to the extraordinary tale of Mike the Headless Chicken. The case of Mike, who lived for an astounding 18 months after his near decapitation in 1945, is an exceptional anomaly that captured the world's attention. To understand how this was even remotely possible, we need to examine the intricacies of avian anatomy, particularly the location and function of the brainstem.
In chickens, as in other vertebrates, the brainstem is a crucial part of the brain located at the base of the skull, connecting the cerebrum and cerebellum to the spinal cord. It controls many of the body's involuntary functions essential for survival, including respiration, heart rate, blood pressure, and certain reflexes. In Mike's case, it's believed that the farmer's axe, aimed at severing the jugular vein, missed cleanly severing the entire brain. Instead, it likely removed the forebrain and most of one ear, but crucially left a significant portion of the brainstem intact and connected to the rest of the body. This remaining brainstem was sufficient to maintain Mike's basic physiological functions. The fact that Mike survived for so long is a testament to the robustness of these brainstem functions. Lloyd Olson, Mike's owner, meticulously cared for him, feeding him a mixture of ground grains and water directly into his esophagus through an eyedropper, and clearing mucus from his trachea with a syringe. This dedicated care allowed Mike to continue living and even grow, albeit without a head in the conventional sense. It's crucial to understand that Mike's case was an extreme outlier. In typical instances of chicken decapitation, the entire brain is severed, leading to immediate cessation of vital functions and death. The brief period of twitching and movement often observed in freshly decapitated chickens is due to residual nerve activity and muscle spasms, not conscious life. The evolutionary advantage of even a short period of headless survival in chickens is not apparent, as they lack the complex, decentralized systems seen in insects. Mike's case was purely a result of a highly unusual injury. However, the study of brainstem function in animals, sometimes informed by such unusual cases, provides valuable insights into the fundamental life-sustaining mechanisms shared across vertebrate species, including humans. Understanding how the brainstem controls vital functions is critical in fields like neurology and trauma medicine. Mike the Headless Chicken serves as a bizarre yet compelling reminder of the critical role of the brainstem in maintaining life and the astonishing, albeit rare, possibilities that can arise from incomplete and specific types of severe injury. Slithering into our next position, we encounter the often feared snake, suborder Serpentes. While a snake cannot truly live without its body, the phenomenon of a severed snake head retaining activity and posing a potential danger for a significant period is a chilling testament to the power of reflexes. Unlike the whole-body survival of cockroaches or the brainstem-dependent survival of Mike the chicken, the activity in a severed snake head is purely reflexive, driven by the residual electrical and chemical activity within the nerve cells. When a snake is decapitated, the nerve connections between the head and the body are severed, including the pathways to the brain that control conscious thought and voluntary movement. However, the individual nerve cells and local circuits within the head can still retain some functionality for a while. Sensory stimuli, such as touch, movement, or even changes in temperature, can still be detected by the sensory receptors in the head, particularly around the mouth and heat-sensing pits in some species. These stimuli can then trigger reflex arcs, neural pathways that bypass the brain and directly stimulate muscle contractions. In the case of a venomous snake, these reflexes can be particularly dangerous. The fangs and venom glands remain intact in the severed head, and a bite triggered by a reflex can still result in the injection of venom. This can occur even several minutes, and in some cases up to an hour after decapitation, depending on factors like the snake's species, size, and ambient temperature, with cooler temperatures tending to prolong nerve activity. It's crucial to understand that this biting action is not a sign of the head being alive in the conscious sense. It's purely an involuntary, reflexive response. However, the potential for a venomous bite makes it imperative to exercise extreme caution even when dealing with what appears to be a dead snake. Never handle a severed snakehead, especially if it belongs to a venomous species. The evolutionary significance of this lingering reflex activity is not fully understood. It's possible that it serves as a last-ditch defensive mechanism. Even after being fatally injured, a biting reflex could potentially deter a predator from consuming the snake, perhaps giving the snake a slight edge in the struggle for survival or protecting other members of its species in the vicinity. The study of reflexes in severed animal parts, including snakeheads, provides valuable insights into the basic functioning of neural pathways and the distinction between reflexive and voluntary actions. It also serves as a crucial reminder of the potential dangers that can persist even after an animal appears to be deceased. Reaching our top 3, we journey into the mesmerizing underwater world to explore the remarkable regenerative abilities of the starfish, class Asteroidea. While they don't typically survive complete decapitation, their capacity to regenerate entire bodies from severed limbs offers a fascinating perspective on life without a centralized control center. As we mentioned earlier, starfish possess a decentralized nervous system. They lack a true brain. Instead, they have a nerve ring located around their mouth in the central disc and radial nerves extending into each of their arms. This distributed network allows each arm a degree of autonomy, enabling coordinated movement, feeding, and sensory perception. This unique nervous system is intricately linked to their extraordinary regenerative abilities. If a starfish loses an arm, the remaining portion can typically regenerate a new one. More remarkably, in many species, if a severed arm is accompanied by a sufficient portion of the central disc, which contains vital organs, that arm can regenerate into a completely new starfish, genetically identical to the original. This process of regeneration is a complex biological undertaking involving cell division, differentiation, and the reformation of tissues and organs. The totipotent cells within the starfish, capable of developing into any cell type needed, play a crucial role in this remarkable feat. The evolutionary advantages of regeneration are clear. It allows starfish to recover from injuries inflicted by predators, such as a crab nipping off an arm. It also provides a means of asexual reproduction in some species, where a fragmented starfish can give rise to multiple new individuals, contributing to population growth and dispersal. The study of starfish regeneration has long captivated scientists. Their ability to regrow complex structures has significant implications for regenerative medicine. Understanding the cellular and molecular mechanisms that drive this process could potentially lead to breakthroughs in the repair of damaged tissues and organs in humans. While a starfish cannot survive the complete removal of its central disc, the equivalent of its core, the fact that a severed limb containing a part of this disc can become an entirely new organism highlights a profound difference in biological organization compared to animals with centralized nervous systems. It underscores the incredible resilience and adaptability that can arise from decentralized control and widespread regenerative potential. Approaching our pinnacle, we encounter seemingly simple creatures that possess perhaps the most astonishing regenerative abilities in the animal kingdom, the flatworms, particularly those belonging to the class Turbellaria, such as planarians. These unassuming invertebrates, often found in freshwater environments, are biological marvels when it comes to tissue repair and regeneration. Their capacity to regenerate any part of their body, including their head and brain, from even a tiny fragment is truly awe-inspiring. As we mentioned earlier, if a planarian is divided into multiple pieces, each piece, no matter how small, within a certain limit, can regenerate into a complete, fully functional flatworm. This includes the regeneration of a new head at the anterior end of each fragment and a new tail at the posterior end. The secret to this remarkable ability lies in the presence of a population of pluripotent stem cells called neoblasts, which constitute a significant portion of the planarian's body. These neoblasts are undifferentiated cells that can divide and differentiate into any cell type required to rebuild missing tissues and organs. When a planarian is injured or fragmented, the neoblasts migrate to the wound site, proliferate rapidly, and then differentiate into the specific cell types needed to reconstruct the missing body parts. This intricate process involves precise spatial organization and the reestablishment of the animal's body plan, including the formation of a new brain with its characteristic structure and function, complete with photoreceptor eye spot organs. The ability of planarians to regenerate their entire body, including the complex neural structures of the head, has made them a crucial model organism in biological research. Scientists are intensely studying the molecular mechanisms that control neoblast activity and tissue regeneration in the hope of unlocking the secrets that could be applied to human regenerative medicine. Imagine the possibilities if we could harness similar regenerative capabilities to repair damaged organs or tissues in our own bodies. The flatworm's extraordinary ability to not only survive fragmentation, but to completely regrow its head and brain from any significant body part firmly places it as one of the most resilient creatures on our planet when it comes to overcoming severe bodily damage. And now we arrive at the pinnacle of our countdown, the #1 animal that can live without its head in the most bizarre and scientifically perplexing way imaginable. Certain species of saccoglossan sea slugs, the ultimate self-decapitators. As we briefly introduced, these marine gastropods exhibit an extraordinary behavior known as autotomy, the voluntary shedding of a body part. However, in their case, it's not just a limb or a tail, it's their entire head. Incredibly, after the sea slug detaches its head at a specific groove in its neck, the head, containing the eyes and brain, can continue to move around independently. Even more astonishing is that the headless body, containing the heart and other vital organs, does not survive. However, the detached head can regenerate a completely new body, including the heart and other internal organs, over a period of weeks. Scientists have observed this remarkable phenomenon in several species of saccoglossan sea slugs. The detached head can even feed on algae using its remaining mouthparts while the regeneration process is underway. The exact mechanisms that allow the head to survive and regenerate a new body are still under intense investigation. It's hypothesized that specialized cells at the detachment point help to minimize blood loss and facilitate the regeneration process. The ability of the head to remain active and even feed without a body is a major scientific enigma. Some researchers speculate that photosynthesis by chloroplasts retained from the algae they consume, a process called kleptoplasty, might provide the detached head with some energy during this period. The evolutionary reasons behind this extreme form of autonomy are also being explored. It's possible that it's a defense mechanism against parasites or toxins that accumulate in the body. By shedding the body, the sea slug could effectively rid itself of these harmful elements and regenerate a clean, healthy body from its head. This self-decapitation and subsequent regeneration of the body by the head represent one of the most extreme and fascinating examples of biological resilience and regenerative capability known in the animal kingdom. It truly pushes the boundaries of our understanding of what it means to live and how life can persist even in the face of seemingly insurmountable physical trauma. The decapitated sea slug, in its utterly bizarre and scientific groundbreaking way, claims the top spot in our countdown of animals that can live without their heads, for a while, showcasing the boundless wonders and enduring mysteries of the natural world. What an extraordinary journey we've undertaken. From the seemingly mundane cockroach to the utterly mind-boggling sea slug, we've witnessed the incredible capacity of life to persist in the face of what seems like certain death. The ability to survive even temporarily without a head highlights the diverse and often surprising ways that different animals have evolved to cope with injury and adversity. Whether it's through decentralized nervous systems, remarkable regenerative abilities, or even the voluntary shedding of the entire body, these creatures offer profound insights into the fundamental principles of biology and the relentless drive for survival. The study of these animals not only expands our understanding of the natural world, but also holds potential for significant advancements in fields like regenerative medicine. By unraveling the secrets of how these creatures can repair and rebuild themselves, we may one day unlock similar capabilities within ourselves. Thank you for joining me on this extended exploration into the fascinating world of headless survival. I hope this deeper dive has sparked your curiosity and broadened your appreciation for the sheer ingenuity of life on Earth. If you found this video informative and engaging, please consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with others who might be intrigued by the wonders of the animal kingdom. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our future explorations into the extraordinary world around us. Your support helps us continue to bring you in-depth and fascinating content like this. Thank you for watching, and until our next adventure into the wild, keep exploring and stay curious.